Hi there, my name's Andy Hillier and today's guitar lesson is going to be on my fingerstyle arrangement of my favourite things. This is going to be based on the Lennon Sisters version of it, which was used in the Netflix series Wednesday. Beautiful little song. I've done a full playthrough, so if you want to hear what my arrangement sounds like all the way through, check it out. I've done a guitar cover. It'll be the previous video from this one. I'll also try and put a link to that in the description. So I'm going to teach you the whole of that, but just before I do, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video, press that notification bell. I'd love to hear from you, so please leave me a comment in the comment section, even if it's just to say hi. And if you love what I'm doing, you want to support me, support the channel, and you want to print the tabs off for this, then I'll put them on my Patreon page. A link to that is in the description. My guitar is in standard tuning. Now the first line sounds like this. Okay, so it's played a bit freeform. It's not perfectly in time. It's all kind of just done with the vocal. So you can play around with it, like the timing wise. So we can start on B1, and then E3, another E3, so the first bar. And this is in 3/4, that means there's 3 beats per bar. So bar 1, and then bar 2, you're going to play B3, B1, and you're going to hold on that B1 for longer than it's written, and then another B1. So the first 2 bars go. Into bar 3, and bars 3 and 4 are played a bit quicker than written, so you're going to go G, B1, B1, B3, B1. Sounds more like. So if we play the first 4 bars, you've got. Bars 5 and 6 are the same as bars 1 and 2. And bars 7 and 8 are the same as bars 3 and 4 as well. So the whole line, ready, and. So you've got to play around with the timing a little bit on that. On to the next line, and we've got this. So bar 9, I'm barring my first finger on the first fret. I play E1 nearest to my face and B1 at the same time. Then you can play E3 with the little finger. Then E1, I'm just using my first finger bar, so. Into bar 10, and I'm going to play the A1 and the B1. Then B3, and then G3. So bars 9 and 10 go. I'm then going to play D1 and G3 at the same time. Then E1 nearest to the floor. Then B4. Into bar 12, and I've got E4 nearest to my face and G1 at the same time. So bars 9, 10, 11 and 12 go. And then we've got this little part that goes. So for that we've got D1 and the G string, then D3 and G1, D5 and G3. So we then play G1 and B1, and then G3 with B3 and E1, and then E3 nearest to the floor and B4. So bar 14. So bars 13 and 14 go. We then play the open D string with E4 and B6, up to E6 and B8, then you go back down to E4 and B6. So you go. And then into bar 16, I'm barring my first finger on the 3rd fret from the D string, and I'm playing D3, G4, and B3. You could play it kind of like a D chord shape, or you can bar your first finger, whichever you prefer. So let's play from the beginning of the line up to there. So you got. And you can do a little ral in bar 15, which just means you slow down a bit. And then we've got this, which is D5, pull off to D3, A6, pulls off to A5. And then into bar 18, we've got, which is A3, D6, D5, and it's the same in bar 19. So bars 18 and 19. So the whole line slowly. On to the next line, and we have. So your 3rd finger is going to stay on A3 for the whole line. And we start A3 and B1 at the same time. And then I'll use my little finger to play 2 E3s. So into bar 21, your little finger goes up a string, you play A3 and B3 at the same time. And then 2 B1s. Next bar we've got A3 again and G. And then 2 B1s, and then the next bar A3 and B3, and then B1. So the first 4 bars. The next 4 bars are the same. So the whole line. On to the next line, and we've got. Which is very similar to the second line that we played. Almost identical. So you can start off, so E1 and B1, then E3, E1. There's a slight change on this next bar, it goes, the rhythm is slightly different. So you play A1 and B1, then B3, and then G3. And then bar 30 is, I'm playing D1 and G3 at the same time, then E1, then B3, and then into bar 31 I play E4 with D1 and G1. So the first 4 bars of that line go. And then this does the same run that we did on the second line. So you've already done that, and then you've got, which is A3, D6, D5, A3, D6, D5. Okay, so the whole line. On to the next line, and it's exactly the same as the third line, so we've already played it. It goes. move straight on to the next line. And again, this is the same pretty much as the second line as well. I've just added a couple of extra little notes here. So you've got so it starts the same. We've got E1 with G1 and B1, then E3, E1, then A1 with G1 and B1, then B3, then G3. Into the next bar, we've got bar 48, D1 and G3, then E1, then B4, and into the next bar, we've got E4 with D1 and G1. So the first 4 bars go. And then this run up changes slightly. We've got so from bar 50 we've got D1 and G, then D3 and G1, then D5 and G3. So that's the same. The next bar's the same as well, so we've got G1 and B1, G3, B3 and E1, E3 and B4. And then this is where it changes. You're going to play the D string with D string with B6 and E4. And then these 2 notes on the E string just go up a semitone each time, go. And on that last hit, play the D string as well, so it goes. So the last 4 bars of that line go. So the whole line will go. On to the next line and on to the second page if you've printed this out from my Patreon page. We've got this. Okay, so barring just at the 8th fret, all the strings, and you play E8 and then the bottom 3 strings on the 8th fret. And then you're going to play the E string and the G, the B and the E in the next bar. So then you play D5 and G5. So into next bar, you've got E3, and then the bottom 3 strings on the 1st fret. So I'm just barring my 1st finger. Play it twice, and then play the E3 and then the bottom 3 strings. So and then play an open G. So the first 4 bars of that line go. Into the next bar, bar number 58, we've got A3 and then G3 and B4 twice. And then play the A3, the G3 and the B4 at the same time. Then play the open G. So. And then play E4 with D1, G1 and B1. Into the next bar we've got E4 and then just going to play the B1 and the G1. So that line goes. And then on to the last line that we need to learn goes. So little finger on E4, and we're going to play G1 and B1. Then move up to G3 and B3. I'm just using my 1st finger and just moving it across. So then back to fret 1. So and then bar 63, we're going to play another E4 and go back to the G3 and B3. Back to fret 1 and then back to fret 3 with those G and the B strings. So hopefully that makes sense. So the first 2 bars. Into the next bar we've got, which is D3 with G5 and B4, up to G3 B7 and B6, then back down to G5 and B4. So, and then we'll play D6 with G5 and B4, and then just a B4 on its own. So the first 4 bars of that line go. Into the next bar, and we've got A6 with B4 and E3, up to E4 and B6, back down to E4 and B4. So into the next bar, and we've got E6 with B6 and E4 nearest to the floor. Next bar, just play the E1. Then in this next bar, we're going to play A1, and then use your little finger on E2 and third finger on B2. You play them, but then slide into fret 3. Hope that makes sense. And then that last chord, E flat 6 chord, first finger on B4, second finger D5, third finger G5, little finger on little finger on A6. That's the last chord. So the whole of that line goes. And if you wanted to, you could go and repeat back to bar 38 and then play all the way through again till the end, like the original Lennon Sisters version does. Or you could just finish it there. I finished it there on my guitar cover. And that's the whole song. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you have, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier. I've also got a new guitar techniques channel called Andy Hillier 2. So if you wouldn't mind checking that out as well, that'd be amazing. I've only got 400 subscribers on that one, so go and check that out. Give me a sub on that, would be awesome. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to give me a like on the video. What else? Oh yeah, leave me some comments in the comment section. All the usual stuff. And if you want to print the tabs off of this, then I'll put it on my Patreon page. A link to that is in the description. Well, thanks for watching this. I do really appreciate it. I've been Andy Hillier, and I'll see you next time.